up, Ma?
Man, what's up? What's up, Nicky? How you doing?
Chilling, chilling. Welcome to Nicky and Moose. Welcome to Nicky and Moose.
Moose, I see you, brother. I see you. I see you. What's going on, my man? Hey, I still think about that conversation we had too, bro.
No,
That
I'm
was
telling you.
it was something. But Nicky, Moose left out an important part.
What's up?
Moose was standing there and he was like looking at me like man, you gonna teach me about real estate or what? He was just looking at me. I'm like, I told you about real estate. Like I'm telling you everything about real estate. But he was just looking at me like man. And the thing about it, the reason I don't know, Moose, if we ever really broke it down, but the reason why I spent maybe 90% of our conversation talking about mindset and belief, and only 10% talking about real estate, is because it's the mindset that stops people from doing it. What good is it? What good is it if I show you all this information, if I tell you the blueprint to real estate and how to create wealth with real estate, and you don't believe that you can do it? You're going to walk away from there and not even take the first step. And so literally, I was just telling you the first step, and the first step is belief. If you don't believe you can, nobody else is going to believe you can.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you believe, bro.
He's
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah. It took about a year. It literally felt like a Mr. Miyagi type lesson, right? I didn't really get it. I'm just like, man, I think he was just practicing a speech on me or something. I don't know. But then I came back like a year later and I was like, yo, that's crazy. I get it now. And I literally had that epiphany. So shout out to you, man. I think that was definitely phenomenal, of course. And it gives all the proof for, why you're having the type of success that you're having right now. So let me stop talking. Excited to have you on, man. This is going to be awesome.
Air horns from all. Air horns from all. Look, this is what
Y'all
we're gonna
big
do.
time over here.
This is what we're gonna do. You already know how for the core followers, for the core people. I need you as we get into it, right? Because we're gonna really break down Maul with these questions and trying to figure out how he acts, how he got to his success, how does he not really still like social media, but he's on it, right? But you gotta. Oh no, we can't. I made him. Hold on, made them too small. But you already see it. Do you think Maul is a pilot, a flight attendant? Maul, don't tell him yet. A flight attendant, a grounds crew, or an air traffic controller? So put in the comments what you think Maul is, and then we're gonna go right back to it. All right. So pilot, flight attendant, grounds crew, or air traffic controller. We're going to figure this out. We're going to give you some clues and everything like that. But Moose, start it off.
Yep. So, Maul, there was a time when I came out to Chicago. You were doing your training. And this was when you were, of course, beginning the Make Real Estate Real live trainings, back when we can travel and actually, be in the same space together. And there was something that happened between, like a group of the people weren't really connecting the dots. Like there was like, you was telling them everything they had to do and they was following along. But then there was a group of students off to the side, like, wait. So what do I got to do first? Right. And I think you and I and Carl had a conversation about some of the different styles that exist in the room. And in terms of course, how to begin talking with them and at least talking to them in a way that they can understand and learn what you got, because it's not like your information wasn't, up to par or anything like that. They just couldn't see it from the same perspective. So first, maybe give us just some perspective about maybe what you took away from that moment in terms of you were away from social media for forever and then you got online. But then there's a difference between what happens when you're online, when you're teaching in person, and some of the adjustments you need to make so that you can connect and relate with people so that they can really understand what you're teaching them.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, I just was kind of like, hey, y'all, this is what I've done. Look, these are the steps to take. Like, man, you ain't even got to think about it. Like, it worked. The proof is in the pudding. Y'all just come on. Just look, here's the blueprint. And the crazy part is there was a lot of people, probably 75% of the room was like, hey, I'm with you, Jamal. Like, let's go. But then, like you said, it was like another 25% that was just kind of scratching their head. And I remember you came up to me during a break. And then you was just like, and you had a little notepad. And I really thought you was in the back of the room taking notes. I'm like, man, Moose about to kill his real estate game. But actually, I think you was really not taking notes on real estate, but taking notes on how other people are receptive to the information I was given. And when you were taking notes, you came to me during the break and you said, hey, and then Carl was with you and you guys were like, hey, maybe you should just like pause and then like literally walk the people through. And I'm like, what you talking about walking them through? I'm like, the whole thing is a walkthrough. I'm like, I'm showing them exactly what to do. I'm like saying, hey, this is what you got to do. But then you was like, no. It's some people still not getting it. And I'm just like, wow. And it's crazy because I've been standing in front of them and I couldn't tell that they wasn't really getting it. They were understanding, they were hearing me, they were feeling me, but they wasn't getting it. And you didn't see that light bulb coming off in their head. And so when everybody came back to their seat from the break, at first I was just gonna say, man, Moose don't know what he's talking about. Let me just, go ahead and continue what I'm doing. Like, hey, we getting 5-star reviews with this course. Everybody's all, But then when I took the time, and I think Carl ran to the back and hurried up and actually broke it down on the slide where he actually put in the order of the deal. Even though we were talking about it, even though I even brought the people up in front of them in the order of the deal, Carl put it on the slide where it showed, this is who you want to talk to first. This is who you want to talk to second. And then even though he put that at the bottom of the slide, I still needed to go and literally say exactly what was on the slide. When I did that, I swear it was like a light bulb just went off on that 25% of the room. Somebody caught the Holy Ghost and jumped up and shouted. It was like, I got it now. And we was just all looking, and she was just like, I got it. Like, I understand. Like, wow. And I remember just looking at Moose like really, that's simple. But yeah. So I think that was the thing where, I was trying to come off to be more demanding. I would say I was being more demanding, and I was still being more like, just kind of saying, hey, I get this. I've been doing this. Guys, you trust me. Follow my lead. I got you. But I wasn't taking in consideration that some people, really, and those people, not to say they don't follow you, they just need a little bit more breaking it down. They just need a little bit more understanding is what I would say. But once you give that person that understanding, they'll rock with you forever.
All right. Hey, you gonna learn today?
You're gonna learn today.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I love it.
Listen, all right. So, Mal, talk to me about the reason when we met, why you didn't like social media.
Is that what you want to call it? A meeting when we met? Is that really, you don't make it sound so nice? Like somebody introduced you to me. Like somebody was like, hey, Jemal, this is Nicky. Nicky, this is Jemal. Man, let me tell y'all Nicky's idea of meeting. So it wasn't really a meeting. It was more like a roast.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, y'all, listen to this. All right, so we had, what was it? It was called P7D.
Yep.
Right? It was P7D conference. And, y'all heard the story. I love going to conferences. I was always in the front row, VIP. And so this time, I didn't even want to be a speaker, but it was a new conference. And I was just like, all right, I've been to all the other ones, so I'm going to come to this one. And so I was VIP, front row. I brought a couple friends with me. And so it was Nicky's turn up there to speak. And Nicky was talking about social media. Yeah. Nicky was talking about social media. And she was just talking about, online platforms. And if you don't have social media, then you don't have a business. Now, y'all keep in mind, I got like 4 multi-million-dollar businesses going on. I'm doing big things in Chicago. So I thought, and so then Nicky was like, I'm gonna prove my point. Here's Nicky, all 4'9". I'm sorry, 5'2" of herself.
5'2".
5'2".
Nope,
with the Jordans on, 5'2". I got you. And then so all 5'2" of herself. And Nicky was like, I'm gonna prove my point. And it was probably about 300 people in there. And Nicky was like, if there's anybody in the room that doesn't have social media, she was like, no, she said, everybody who has social media, please stand up. Everybody in the room stands up, except for me. Except for me. And I'm the only one sitting. Now, keep in mind, y'all know the relationship me and Nicky got. I'm with the squad now, all of this. Nicky looks and comes right over to me and was like, you don't have social media. And I was like, no. And then she was like, well, you don't have a business. Who doesn't have social media? I'm talking about she laid it into me. I'm talking about in front of everybody. People was laughing at me. And I was just like, I got beat up that conference. I didn't just get beat up by you. I actually got beat up by Chris. You remember they had us come up on stage and
Yeah.
actually do the whole speaking thing? And my group, out of all the groups, was the worst group. My group was the worst group. So that was a rough weekend for me. But yeah, I didn't have social media. Nikki kind of just let me have it. And that was how me and Nikki actually met each other. And even after, at the end of the conference, she came up to me and was just like, dude, you got to have social media. And I was just like, I don't have it at all. And she kind of was just letting me know, like, you know, if you want to get to the next level, you're going to have to get to that next level. You're going to have to grow to that point because this is the way the world is going into. Like, Nikki didn't know me. I didn't know her. But she spoke into not the Jemal that was in front of her. She spoke to the Jemal that I was one day going to become.
Boom!
I really had a follow-up question, but you made that
Fire.
sound so good. Right?
Fire.
You made that sound so good. I didn't even know.
Fire.
But, okay, so
Fire.
So this is the thing. You're unique because you did from, like, you build an empire and then you build a personal brand. Like, a lot of people, even in our audience, they build a personal brand and we teach them how to build an empire after that, right? Yeah. Why was it so important to you to build that empire first before you even touched anything internet related?
Yeah, so I got this thing I always say, build yourself before you build yourself. Build yourself before you build yourself. You gotta, a lot of people, you can't go ahead and start talking about, hey, I got this, I got that without really having it yet. So I wanted to make sure that, and you know, I'm in real estate, I'm in construction. You know, I've built 8,000 square foot additions onto my house and things like that. You always start with the foundation of a thing. And sometimes though, when you build on the foundation, it seems slow. The foundation of a house is probably the boringest part of the house. That's the part that's not sexy, it's not fun. There's no paint colors that go with it. There's no marble on it. There's no curtains and window treatment to pick. You know, there's nothing about the foundation that's sexy. Everybody leaves. Matter of fact, if you think about it, when you start seeing somebody build a new construction, they don't even have security or anything up when they're building the foundation. The foundation is the part that you just leave out there. Nobody pays any real attention to the foundation. You know, everybody pays more attention to the windows and the granite countertops and the cabinets and things like that. But all of those things are interchangeable. And in that way, I felt that I always wanted to build up my businesses. I wanted to really, really create something that was real and not just live in this make-believe world and make people believe that I was real. I wanted to have those real things first. And so I think that was so important to me. So I didn't have any social media at all because, and at the same time, I felt that I never really accomplished what it was that I wanted to accomplish in life. Even though I became a millionaire at 26, even though, you know, I had the 18,000 square foot home, even though I had all of these things, I still did not reach that level that I wanted to get to, that level of excellence. And I probably still wouldn't have social media right now if I wasn't connected to the brand and to people like Nicky, because I'm still not where I want to go in life. I'm still not there. After speaking in front of thousands
First
of people,
of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Is it me or this show just feels like a whole flex? Everything I hear Maul saying, I'm just like, God, come on, man.
You can call it what you want, but I'm still not there. I'm not there. So therefore, what am I really showing? What am I really celebrating? Am I celebrating? And I think that's the problem with a lot of people in social media, Nicky, is that a lot of people post stuff of their past. They celebrating their past. Who's showing what their future gonna look like though? Where to post that or where you're going to? And if you've already made it to where you're going, then you got nothing to look forward to. So now you're stuck on that level. So the visions I got in my head, they go so far that I don't celebrate this level. Because this level is nothing compared to what you would see if you jumped in my head on where I'm going to go. So what am I celebrating? What am I celebrating?
I feel like we're going to have a lot of those today. I just feel it. I feel it. We what is it? 5-10 minutes in, I feel like these horns going to be blazing the whole time.
Listen, people, hold on. Before Moose asks his question, if you are getting any kind of value, I need you to share this because he's not going to stop. I'm just going to let you know this. He's not going to stop. Tag, you're it, Moose.
My God. Maul, man, I think one of the things that it's important for us to talk about is when you think of, and at least from afar, right? Of course, as we got closer to you and started to learn more about you as a father, as a husband, as a family man, the dynamic of what we thought of a real estate mogul totally changed, right? I think before you think of somebody, oh, they're probably money hungry. All they care about is money. They're just aggressive in every way that they go about life and how they do business. And while you have that passion and that drive, when it comes to your heart for people, seriously, bar none, right? Second to none. A pure heart. You really care about doing good for the people. I know I heard a couple of things. I'm not sure how much you can share about some things that you're going to be doing to help minorities, get access to home ownership. So things that, somebody of your status could have just kicked back like, yo, I'm good. I don't need none of this. But there is still a part of you that kept your heart pure. So I want to ask you specifically as it relates to this concept of business and maintaining authenticity to who you are, whether it be that belief or, those things that you care about and value the most, because that's always a theme for us here on the show. Talk about how you've been able to maintain and stay true to yourself, regardless of how much success or maybe sometimes where you've had some struggles. How have you always been able to stay true to that, and how staying true actually helped you propel in business?
Man, there's so many different ways I can answer that question. And so I just give some of the short answers with it. But I heard you say, how is it that you didn't become money hungry, right? Like money hungry. I am hungry for something, but it's not money. It's purpose, right? I'm purpose hungry. So when I teach people about real estate, I always say, have a purpose for every property that you purchase. Let the purpose behind the property that you purchase drive you. So when I look at properties, I'm not out here just, I got this building, I got that building, man, I'm rolling in the dough. No, every single property that I have has a purpose behind the property. So it's the purposes that drive me. It's the purpose that wakes me up every day. It's the purpose that makes me hungry, because I know if this property is going to take care of my daughter's tuition, if this property is going to take care of my son's childcare, well then, okay, cool. Then this property, look, I need to get more of this because it's taking care of. This property is going to retire my wife and allow her to live her dreams, allow her to do what it is she want to do. Then I'm hungry for this property now because the purpose behind the property is what wakes me up every day. So that's one of the answers right there. I believe in purpose. When it comes, I don't even look at money like somebody would normally look at money. I look at purpose that drives the money, that drives the business, that drives the investing. Something else, just my belief in God. I've managed to, I understand that I'm not that fresh, right? I think sometimes people get to the point where they have so much success where they believe that, hey, man, look what look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. And for me, it's always been just that thing where it's just like, man, I know that God has blessed me, bro. I come from a blue collar family. And my family's done well off. Everybody in my family, blue collar, from my parents to my siblings and things like that. But what was it about me where God put something inside of me that allowed me to have ultimate success? I didn't say success. I said ultimate success. And to have it continually throughout my whole life, I've had success. And I don't equate success just to money. I'm just talking about success in my marriage, success as a father, success as a son, success as a brother, success just all around. And so what was it about me? What was it about me that God gave me favor and allowed me to just walk into places, show up somewhere, and out of thousands of people, the number one motivational speaker in the world said, hey, I want you to come speak with me. What was it about me? What was it? What did I do so special? Where God has just blessed me to create a real estate course that I've never done in my life. I've never sat down and done a course a day in my life. I never even looked at a course a day in my life. But then I sat down, prayed over this course, and then now within less than 6 months, over 3,000 people have become members of this course, and it has blessed people from all over the country, from all over the world. What is it?
First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
No, sir.
What was it? What was it? What was it about me that I did that made God have so much compassion for me? They gave me that favor. So I just understand the fact that I'm not that fresh, and that I understand that when you're talking about having this kind of ultimate success, the level of this success could only come from God. It could only come from God, because I didn't go to school for this. And if some professor could teach if he could teach somebody how to live my life, then he wouldn't have been a professor, because he would have been too busy living this dream. So I'm not that fresh. So I just understand. That's what keeps me grounded. And then something else that keep me grounded, when I became a police officer, my parents were both police officers. My parents, their friends were police officers, and my relatives were police officers. And police officers, when you become a police officer, you take an oath to serve and protect. You become, and I know there's a lot of talking of news media now and things like that. A lot of police officers forgot the oath that they supposed to took, forgot the promise. They forgot they forgot what they promised to do. And you got to have a heart, man, to really, really serve and protect. You got to have a heart, man. Every single day you show up to work, not knowing if you're going to come back home. Every day you put your life on the line for other people. And I'm talking about not how some of this policing is going on now. I'm talking about the way how it was supposed to be designed for. And so I've always worked in the community that I grew up in. And I always had a heart for my people. I love people. I love people. I love to see people win. And to show up every single day and have a heart for people, and to put your life on the line if need be. Like I said, that's just something, man, that I take my head off to people that do it, and they do it the right way. And so I think those are the things that kept me grounded. And I still know that the things that God got for me, I look at success sometimes moves like a train ride, right? Or better yet, forget a train ride, like an elevator ride. Here it is, you got 100 floors in this building. And, when I first started investing in real estate, when I was a police officer, I was on probably like floor number 3. And then all of a sudden I started investing in real estate. I went to floor number 10. I could have got off that elevator right there and said, man, the view on floor 10 looks so much better than the view on floor number 1. But then I kept going. Boom, we started childcare centers. But now we're on floor number 20. And then all of a sudden, we took it a little bit higher. We started a security company. Now we're on floor number, the 50th floor. You can get out right there. The view is beautiful from the 50th floor, but there's still 50 floors to go. So you determine your elevation level. You determine. And I think sometimes, man, people prematurely get off of the elevator too quick. They get off on the floor. They taste a little bit of success, and they start feeling themselves. They start saying, oh, man, I made it. And they start looking down at all the other 50 floors and thinking about how much higher they are than everybody else below them. But they forget that it's 50 more floors above them. And so they bind to that concept, and then they literally, man, they get off on that floor and without even knowing what else was still there for them. So I stay grounded by knowing that, it's still more floors to go. It's still more levels to go to this. And so I would be a fool to think that this is it, to think that I'm that fresh, and to think that, oh, I'm holier than thou, and then step off now and miss out on my blessing.
Man. Yeah.
Moose.
Mic drop.
Moose.
Just drop it off right now. Just
Moose, I see what you're doing. You're asking the deep questions. I'm asking the little practical. Okay, I see what we're doing here. Because Maul could go. All right. I appreciate. Listen, I appreciate you. I need to get that sound bite. I appreciate you. Seriously, Maul. So, let me bring it back for the people who are trying to build brands, because Moose is going to hit you with the deep stuff, right? So,
okay.
When did you know, right, it was time to release the course? When did you know? Because some people are thinking now, like, okay, I'm building the brand. I have the followers and everything. At what point did you know this right here is the time? Was it a special event? Was it a certain benchmark? What was it for you?
Yeah, for me, and that's a great question. For me, I knew the right time to release the course is when the course sounded right to me. The course had to sound right to me. I went over the course several times, and I went over. Hey, son, turn it down, son. I went over the course several times, and when I first went over it, literally, I don't even know if you know this, because I never written a course before. CJ, he hooked me up with someone, and this person was kind of like a ghostwriter or whatever to help me out. And this person, they had some knowledge in real estate, but not as nowhere near the level to, what it was. So we would spend time on the phone, talk and things like that. And I remember when the course got finished, I sat back and I read it and went through it. And I was just like, man, this is not me. This is not me. This is not me at all. And I was just like, and we had the due date. We've been telling people like, hey, we dropping the course. I don't know if you remember that. We were like, hey, we dropping the course. Yep. People were asking me, when is the real estate course coming out? CJ was talking about it on the podcast. And I remember sitting and I had a conversation with C. And I was like, C, man, I don't feel right, dog. And he was like, what's up? And I was like, bro, this is not me. I said, this information that's in the course will help somebody, but this is not me. This is not 100% how I would teach somebody how to create wealth in real estate. And then I remember C was the first one. He said, bro, if you don't feel comfortable, if this ain't you, he said, scrap it. He's like, forget it. We'll come out with another date. He was like, bro, scrap it right now. He's like, bro, but you only got one chance, man. We got one chance. And we're not about to put this out here, because he knew that people would purchase the course regardless because of the brand.
Right.
You got the ET brand, the ETA brand. Yep. You got the podcast brand. You got the, Jemal brand. So you got all these different brands. So people will purchase it, but then eventually it will stop. The excitement will stop because it's like, okay, yeah, this course ain't really helping nobody. But then it wasn't until I sat back, man, and I had to go in, Nicky. I'm talking about I had to sit at my table, and in the middle of the night, it was like a calling. And I would sit here and just keep writing and writing. I had to go back 20 years in my mind. And I would sit here and what feeling was I feeling when I went through this course, when I created this course, when I got started in real estate? What was it that I was feeling? What was the need? Why did I need to do this? And I think that's what was missing in the beginning. The ghostwriter who wrote the course for me, she couldn't get the need, right? The feeling, the desperation that I needed when I put this course together, how I wanted to take care of my family so bad, how I wanted to get off this 9-to-5. And I think that's what was missing. So when I was able to capture that, the thing that made me invest in real estate, right? The 9-to-5, the thing that made me want to transition from my job, once I was able to capture that spirit, then that's when I put it into the course. And then that's when I felt it in the course. And then that's when I said, okay, see, it's ready. It's ready now. I felt it. Even C came to Chicago and he was like, come on, me and you, dog, let's just sit here. Let's do these videos. And then once we captured that spirit, when I looked at the course myself and I had a tear in my eye, when my course made me cry, I said, it's time. It's time to put it out there. And I knew what I was going to say next. And I still had a tear in my eye. And I was like, okay. And then when my own course motivated and inspired me, then it was time to put the product out to the rest of the world. But I would never drop a course, no matter if I came out with a time, a due date, no matter if people were asking for it. I would never come out with something that's got my name and other people that I respect and honor's name associated with it, if not 100%. I just won't do it.
All right. Hey, you gonna learn today?
Go learn today.
Moose.
Lessons. I want to actually start cheating towards figuring out which one of these styles Mal may be.
Go ahead.
Right. So I know we got 4. Can we get some ideas? What are people thinking? I mean, you've heard the man kind of describe and share a little bit of.
Wait, Moose, ask about the family. Moose, ask about the family.
The family.
Ask about
what part of the family?
Just ask him a question about the family.
Okay. All right, Mal. Married your high school sweetheart.
Yes, I did. All right.
I love it.
My bad.
Been together ever since, right? You talk about don't make goals based on what you've done, but about your future. What's one thing you're working to maybe create or help establish for, Camille and her future?
Oh man, one thing I'm helping to establish for Camille. See, Camille will tell you, and she's watching this right now, that she doesn't require much. That's what she says. As she's sitting in her 1,000 square foot closet, probably right now watching. She doesn't require much.
I don't know if that was a compliment or a stab.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure everybody out here, if you see the closet, I'll send a picture. It's definitely a compliment. It's definitely a compliment. But no, Camilla's real easygoing, man. Believe it or not, we've been together for so long. We've been together since high school. We went to high school together. We went to college together. Every single business we've created together. So we've created and done everything together. So we don't really see each other. You know how the Bible says the two shall become one? It's a process. And I thought that once you got married, you automatically became one, but it's a process and it's something that happens over time. And I will say we have definitely became one. So we don't just have, one marriage or we have one goal, right? We have one goal. So anything that I've ever accomplished in my life. So like this book, so I got a book that's coming out, right? And you heard me just say, I got a book, but actually we got a book coming out and it's called The 9 to 5 Millionaire. Don't quit your day job, So we're talking about the Make Real Estate Real course. We got Make Real Estate Real course. So I'm not the only person living in this 18,000 square foot home in every single property that we do. These children are just not my children. They're our children. So the daycare centers, Camille's the president, the CEO and everything, but we got daycare centers. So we have everything together. We built this life. We created this life. And so everything that we got planned for the future is something that we really share together. And so I don't really have too many goals. I find my goals inside of her. She finds her goals inside of me. And then we work together to make sure that we both realize each other's goals. That makes sense.
Golly.
So that's how we do. We work together, man. We are definitely the ultimate team. We don't fight. We have discussions like anybody else, of course. But yeah, we don't fight. Life is too short. We've learned how to be on the same accord, and it works, man. It works. And when two people, man, when they become one, when you really, really work together, and I mean, as somebody out here listening, when you really work together with your spouse, there's no better partnership that you can have because it's a win-win situation. If I literally take the next 3 years to do anything for my spouse, it's like doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my children. I'm doing it for us. So it's the best kind of partnership that you could have.
Wow. That's dope.
I'm just gonna keep doing air horns. That's all I'm gonna
That's dope.
Anybody who has a significant other, who's married, whatever it is, put some heart emojis if you are feeling these bars. I just want to put that out there. Maul, here's a very important question that I have. So clearly, 9 to 5 millionaire, you have a certain kind of, tax bracket. You have a certain kind of lifestyle. Why, once you jumped on social media, why didn't you pull the expected, showing the house, cars, lifestyle, vacations, all that stuff? Why did you do the opposite? Why was it important for you to show the actual work instead of the rewards?
Yeah, because nobody that's watching my social media page gonna get the rewards without putting in the work.
First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I'll say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Because nobody that's on my social media that's looking at the rewards, you can't get the rewards without putting in the work. So remember what I said, build yourself before you build yourself. So I'm showing people how to build themselves. I'm showing the same way how I sat back and remember Moose, how I sat back in the mindset. I talked to you that whole time and 80% of our conversation was mindset. And then once you hit the right mindset, then now you can just do whatever. Same thing that I'm showing people with the social media with my page. I want my page to stand for, first off, I wanted to show that all things are possible to him who believes. I want my page to literally, if somebody's say, hey, the 9 to 5 millionaires page, what is it? What does it stand for? And I want it to stand for unlimited possibilities. I wanted to stand for the underdog who simplified everything. Everybody always try to make things seem so complicated and so complex. And so I think God has given me the gift of how to translate things and simplify it. How to take something that seems so complicated and just break it down and make it attainable for the common man. And so that's what but if I just went and I just start showing you, hey, Nicky, here's an 18,000 square foot home. Hey, y'all, man, here you go. No, everybody gonna say, okay, yeah, Jemal, you fresh. But that wasn't my point. I don't want people to say Jemal fresh. I want people to see themselves in me and say, if he can do it, then I know I can do it. Because this dude, he a blue collar. He was blue collar just like me. He's a police officer just like me. You know, this guy here, you know, he didn't, you know, he married his high school sweetheart. You know, what's so different about it? He got 3 kids just like me. So if he can do it, and that's what I just keep showing people. That's all I want to do. I just want to keep showing people over and over again. No speaking, no training and speaking whatsoever. None at all. But I always talk about how your level of exposure will determine your level of success. So I just want to keep showing people now. I want to be the image of if you expose yourself or whatever you're exposing yourself to, you can eventually become. Whatever you're exposing yourself to, you can eventually become. But that's good or bad. If you expose yourself around all bad things, if you expose yourself around people that don't believe, then you eventually are not going to believe. That's what your life is going to become. So I just keep stepping out there and I just keep showing people. All right, cool. What's next? All right, cool. I'm around a bunch of people that's creating courses. All right, I'm sitting back watching. All right, you know what, man? I've been a police officer for 20 years. Guess what, y'all? I'm going to create a course. I've been around enough people now to get exposed to create a course now. I kind of see the rhythm of it. But now I'm going to take that knowledge I have, though, and I'm going to put it into what everybody else has been doing that created the courses. And then all of a sudden, boom, that course took off. One of the top courses in the world. You know, hey, I'm going to connect. I'm out here I'm speaking to the #1 motivational speaker every day. This is my brother. I'm speaking to him. And not only am I getting a chance to speak to the #1 motivational speaker in the world, I'm speaking to the #1 trainer of motivational speakers every single day, 7 times a day. So, hey, y'all, I'm going to show you now. Let me come through the journey with me. It's attainable. We can do it. So I'm talking to all the 99 percenters in the world. I ain't talking to the 1%. And I'm a 1%er now, but I'm still talking to the 99 percenters. And I want my page to show all the 99 percenters that all things are possible. All things. But you gotta get exposed to it to know what it looked like. I got exposed to Nicky. Boom, Nicky. The #1, I'm telling y'all, this is the truth. Nicky, the #1 guru when it comes to social media platforms. In 1 year, I went from 0 followers, not even having nothing, to 75,000 followers. All by being exposed. But when I got around Nicky and I did decide to get social media and I started talking to her, I sat back and I listened. Even though I've made millions and millions of dollars, even though I'm the oldest, even though I'm the tallest, I still sat back and I listened to her. And I sat back because she's the guru in that area. When I'm around E, and E talking to me about speaking, when I'm around CJ, he's talking to me about speaking, I sit back and I become the little brother and I listen. So how many of you guys are coachable? You know, and that's something that's super important. But now when it comes to real estate, that's when I become the big brother. And that's when I sit back and I teach all of them. And now you see the exposure level from them, from being around me with real estate. Everybody in the circle, everybody in the crew now is owning real estate. That's what exposure does for you. And that's what I wanted my page to be all about.
Man. I feel bad for doing so many air horns. This is so bad. It's just gonna be a soundboard day. I feel like it. I feel like it. Moose, could I ask one more? Could I ask one more?
Please.
All right.
Please,
all right.
Yeah.
So, Mal, you have a lot of energy speaking, right? You get on the stage. You have this kind of energy towards you. Break down to the people how you are at home.
Same exact way. I'm on 10. This is just me. This is not a show. So this is just who I am. You know, sometimes my wife is always like, you got to calm down a little bit. Now she's cool with it. She understands. You know, when we get to our little discussions, you know, I get passionate. And so that's just I just believe it. But I'm only this way. All right, nope. I'm only this way when I'm speaking on things that I'm passionate about. When I'm speaking on things that I know. When I know now, if you was talking to me about social media, Nicky, a year ago, you knew it already. I wouldn't have sounded like this because I'm not passionate. I wasn't passionate about it. I didn't see it.
Help me.
Right. I didn't see it as anything that, you know, that could have that was able to that was going to benefit me, or I could use it as a platform to benefit others. I didn't see the benefit in having it. Right. And so I wasn't passionate about it. But when I get on that stage, you know, CJ told me something that was monumental. And Nicky, and I don't even know if you knew this. When I first was speaking, you know, I got kind of nervous, right? I was sitting back, and I would sit back with CJ, Josh, you know, E, and I would tell them my story. I would tell them about real estate. I would talk about it, and I would talk about it passionate and everything else. But then when I was getting ready to get on stage, I'd be like, man, how many people gonna be in the audience? You know, I start asking the questions where you could tell somebody nervous.
Right.
And I remember C was just like, you know, he noticed that, you know, one of the first times I spoke, I really was just like kind of timid in my speaking. And I didn't want to offend nobody. I didn't want to come off a certain kind of way. I wasn't sounding that passion that you just asked me about. I didn't have that passion to go along with it. But then CJ said something that was monumental and it stuck with me. And every time I get on stage, I use it. Where he was just like, man, you know, there's a father in the audience that want to take care of his kids. He want to take care of his children the same exact way you take care of yours. Mm-hmm. There's a husband in that audience that want to do for his wife the same way you've been doing for your wife. This man wanna leave a legacy to his family, and you hold the information. This man gets up, go to work every single day. He goes to work every single day. He works 2 or 3 jobs just so that he can take care of his family, and he's still having a hard time to make ends meet. But you got some information inside of you, Jemal, that can free this man. You got something inside of you that can literally change the direction of this man's life forever. And you acting timid right now. You acting timid. You making it about you right now. And then I was just like, man, you know, I was like, man, that's deep. But then he said something else, and then this is the one that really did it. You know, like, pretend you got your kids in the audience. Pretend you got Yanni, you got Jazzy, you got Little J, and they all in the audience. And you got like an hour to live. And everything that you know, everything that you've been taught, everything you got inside of you about generational wealth, about real estate, about the way to live life, about unlimited possibilities, about having faith, everything you got inside of you, you need to let them know this. And you got 1 hour to do it. What are you going to do? Nicky, I came out on stage like, what do you want? I was snapping. I was just, you talking about the passion came out of me. And so, but the reality is, Nicky, think about it. The reality is none of us know how long we actually have to live.
Right.
In that scenario he gave me, he said you got an hour left to live, but some people possibly not even going to live in the next 10 minutes. So that's why I'm so passionate. That's why I talk the way I talk, because you don't know how long you actually have. So when I speak like this because I need everybody to get it. And I don't want you just to get it, Nicky. I want you to feel it. It's the same way I deal with that real estate course. I need that feeling to come across, because this is a matter of life and death. Every day you've been blessed to be on this earth is an opportunity to get the full experience of life. And I think that's what people are missing on in life. They're missing the full experience. People are getting an experience, but they're not getting the full experience in life. And so that's what I want my life work to be about. That's why I'm so passionate.
Bow, bow, bow.
You know.
Moves, ask the last question before I get these people questions up on the screen. We do a little Q&A.
Well, actually, I wanted to. I'm usually the serious one, so I'm like, you know what? Let me chill off the seriousness and have a little bit of fun, right? So, Ma, I've come up with something, and technically, it's really both Nicky and I, but I'm gonna try and steal the credit for this for a moment.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We've come up with a concept, man, to just kind of make it a little bit fun, right? So we're calling this the speed round, all right? Yep. Speed round. We just gonna fire questions at you, right? Got about 10 of them or so, and you just got to choose one or the other. Now, of course, I've done my best to make it related to, you know, your experience growing up in Chicago.
Yep.
All right. You good? You ready for it?
How much?
So I just choose one question.
How much we putting
on
the
clock? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I got about 10 questions for you. Yeah, you just choose, like this one or that one. You get to pick between one or the other.
Are we putting the clock up? What are we doing, Moose?
You got it? You got it?
Come on, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Oh, okay.
Don't play with me.
We got a full production. I'm sorry.
Don't play with me.
Full production. That's full production. Okay. Let me wait on the clock then.
It's there. What you talking about?
Okay, good, because I'm not even looking at that screen. All right, let's get it.
Good. Let me start it up. Here we go. You got me messed up now. Hold on. Let me start this over.
All right, I'll wait till you start over again.
Ready? You ready?
All right, let's do it.
Go.
All right, Ma. Cubs or Sox?
Cubs.
The Bulls' first ring or the last one?
Last ring.
Bears 86 Super Bowl or Cubs 2016 World Series ring?
Whoo, Bears.
Really? Wow. Okay. I thought
just because that's the only one.
Okay. Good one. Okay. Chicago style or New York style pizza?
Oh, Chicago all day long.
You just never know. You just never know. But we New Yorkers, so you know what I'm saying? I gotta at least make an attempt. Illuminati's or Giordano's?
Giordano's.
Okay. Common or Kanye?
Woo! No comment.
Nah.
Come on.
Bro, that's hard. That's hard.
The best in Chicago.
I can't even answer it, bro.
Go to the next one.
I'll
Go to
come
the next
back to
one.
it just so the time don't run out.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
Vacation house on the beach or in the mountains?
Beach.
Okay. Time machine to visit the future or to go back in time? I kind of know what you're going to say here.
Future.
Okay. Last one. Les Brown or Eric Thomas?
Oh, ooh. Come on, man. It's no, look. Les Brown is the past. Eric Thomas is the future.
Shout out to E. Shout out to E.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Dope.
Shout out to E.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's why I
good.
said I'm taking the time machine to the future. Because I'm rocking with E. Let's go.
Let me get these.
Yeah.
Let me get these questions. Let me get them right. Hold on. I might have to fix this screen real quick. But the question is, Maul, how did you celebrate your birthday?
I did something totally different. So for the last several years, we've always out the country. And so actually we're supposed to have been in Hawaii, right? Yeah, guys, we was all supposed to be in Hawaii. And then we were looking to take a plane from Hawaii to the Maldives. And then we were going to come back to Hawaii. That's how I was going to celebrate my birthday. But because of COVID and because of everything going on, I did something totally different for my birthday. And that was spend it with my wife and my girls and my son. And they, they went. We had a crab seafood boil, and we spent the time all together, just together. And so for me, that was a birthday for the books, because that's something I normally don't do. Usually, my wife and I, we out the country somewhere, turning up.
Oof. Dope. All right. This one says, I am a newbie. What advice do you have for the newbies on pivoting in the wake of COVID-19?
Pivoting in what aspect, though?
Be general. Be general.
Yeah, I would say this is, if you just look at it, if you just look at, if you go back in time, millionaires are made in times like this. And so this is the time, to be thinking about what business, what service, what service can you start right now that people would pay you for? This is not the time. It's a shift going on in the world. It's a transfer of wealth. So this is not the time to think about how could I get another job? This is not the time. This is the time to think about what could I create? So this is the time so if you want to pivot on creating something right now. And I'm telling you, this is the time of transfer of wealth right now. So like never before.
Before you go. Troy asks, what or how does Maul recharge? What do you do to reset when or if you have a bad day?
I don't know really what having a bad day is. I don't. Every day is a good day. So I'm just being for real. And I'm not trying to sound funny, but if my car break down, that's not a bad day. If I lose money, that's not a bad day. That's something bad that happened, but it's still not a bad day. It's 24 hours in a day. So and then something took place in that hour, then I got something bad that happened in that hour, but the whole day, I still got time to make this day the way I want to make it. So, but something that I do to recharge is definitely work out. Every single day I'm in the gym, and I got a gym in my house because it's so important to me. And so that's how I recharge. I work out every single day, and it does something to my body. It makes me feel good. I run every single day. So I meditate, so those are the things I do to recharge.
Dope. Elijah, shout out to Elijah. What is the first skyscraper you are looking to add to your portfolio?
Yeah, it wouldn't be one that's already here. It would be one that I would create. And so I would definitely want to build.
Lower your
I would
tone.
definitely want to build one. Elijah, what's up, bro? Yeah, it's definitely one that I want to build. We can call it the King Center.
Sheesh. All right,
The
Chris.
name already picked out too.
Right,
Notice that, right? The King Center.
Sheesh. I'm gonna do two more. How do you overcome worrying about viewers and likes before putting content out or going live?
And that's the thing. I don't worry. Why am I worrying? I got all of my, so the 75, probably 76,000 viewers that I got them from being me. So I didn't have to worry about coming on this show today with Nicky and Moose because I'm being my authentic me. This is exactly, Moose and Nicky knew who they were going to get on here because they know how I am. Mm-hmm. So there's no surprise. But, what are you worrying about? What do you get nervous about? Be you. And if people love the authentic you, then they're going to rock with you. So I don't have to right now worry about anything when it comes to being Jemal. There will never be a better Jemal than Jemal. There'll never be another Jemal. There'll never be a better Jemal than me. So I'm being me, and just so happen, thank God, people love Jemal. So therefore, I'm just being me. And the more I be me, the more followers I get. The more I'm me, the more people rock with me with my course. The more I'm me, the more people showing me love. So I don't worry about what to say before content going live. Yeah, so when I go live, I actually have fun, man. I love it. I have fun with it. People celebrate you, man. People rock with you. You're going to get those, and Nicky talk about it. You're going to get your people. You're going to have people that rock with you, and they're going to sit back, and you could say anything. You could do anything. Like, even like right now, I don't even know how many people watching it right now. I'm just really having a conversation with Nicky and Moose. That's it. I'm not worried about who's on here, who's looking at me, how do I look? Oh, are they going to like me? Are they not going to like me? I'm not worried about none of that, man. When you out here and you add value, when you're adding value, people recognize that and they'll rock with you. So don't worry, man. Stop that worrying. There's nothing to worry about.
Sheesh. Mac, I see you. What was the biggest adjustment you had to make from real estate to speaking?
And to me, speaking is the same thing as real estate. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Everything starts with belief. The person who believes he can and the person who don't believe they can is both right. Everything starts with belief. So before I can renovate a property, I got to believe that I can do it, right? And then I got to have vision for that property. Is it possible for me to talk to all my team and get an estimate on the work they're going to do if I first don't see the work that I need them to do? I got to see the vision of what I'm going to do. Then I got to convey that vision to my team. Right. And then now my team puts forth the vision that I set for them. In speaking, it's the same exact thing. I have to have a vision for what I'm going to speak about. My vision is so crazy. So I did the same technique. Like every night before I go to bed, when I'm dealing with the property, I sit back and I close my eyes and I visualize the property. I walk through the property inside of my head. I literally see every single room. I see the paint colors to the room. I see the light fixtures in the house. I don't just go back and just see the house. I see children playing in the house. All right, yeah, kids, this is great for a kid's bedroom right here. And then boom, bathroom right here. All right, cool. And then in the basement, I can fix it up like this because the kids are going to want to go down here. In that same kind of way, I play out in my mind when I speak. I play out in my mind. When people I need to say this when I'm on the stage. I need to say it at this type of voice. I need to say this part commanding or demanding because I need them to understand this. I need to calm down a little bit, then say it a little bit lower so that they can really hear what I'm saying. You play it out in your head, and then I see the crowd reaction in my head. So the same thing that I did with business, the same thing that I did just with real estate, I did it also with speaking. And so the only adjustment I had to do was just getting over the fear of just being in front of people and just literally, and once I stopped making it about me, like CJ said, then that's when the fear was eliminated. It's no fear whatsoever. I don't care if it's 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people, or one person. The message is all the same. And CJ showed me that, and it holds true.
Hold on. I try to stop.
I
Like,
love it.
I tried to, and then here's the last one, and I know my man could go into this. He did a little bit wrong, but shout out to Lawrence. How do you get into real estate?
Join Make Real Estate Real.
Oh, say it. Wait. Say it again, Mo. Say it again.
No joke, and I'm saying this with all honesty. MakeRealEstateReal.com. You know, getting into real estate, I can give you the short answer and say, all right, you want to develop a team. You want to get yourself a real estate agent. You want to get yourself a lender. You want to get yourself a contractor. But look, you need the right people, and you want to have the right information. You know, when you first start in real estate, you are the CEO. You know, you're the quarterback. You're the team captain. So you don't want to just put the ball in somebody else's hands and tell you the type of property you need to get. You want to tell them. But in order to know this, you need to invest in yourself and get the right information in order to call in the play to your team. So that's why I tell everybody, you don't want to make, you know, $100,000, $200,000 or whatever investment without getting the information. Here it is. You went to school and paid all of this money to go to college, you know, and come out to make $50,000, $60,000. But yet you jumping in real estate, buying properties at $200,000, $300,000 without getting no knowledge at all. Get the information first, and then you'll know how to go about getting into real estate the right way. Anybody can get in real estate, but how many people are doing it the right way? And that's what Make Real Estate Real will show you, is a step-by-step course that will show you the right way on how to become a successful real estate investor.
And that right there was an amazing question and answer. I just want to put that out there. But Moose, you ready?
I'm ready.
Moose.
This is it.
Moose.
This is it.
All right, listen, everybody. First off, let's do this. If you have gotten any kind of value, if you felt any kind of emotion, happy, frustrated with your life, sad, felt like you just got yelled at, pow, whatever you felt, right? Okay? I need you to share this. Share this, tag somebody, share this, because yeah, this episode right here, that's what I need. That's another soundbite. That's another soundbite. But let's do the final vote. What do you think, based off what you've heard? What do you think Maul is? A pilot, a flight attendant, a grounds crew, or air traffic controller? And if you do not know what any of this means, Nicky, what in the world is this? First off, you got to go to flightassessment.com. First off, let's do that. Somebody put that in the comments, flightassessment.com. And Moose, can you do a quick 1 minute, minute and a half run through for all the new people? Because we got some new people in here.
Absolutely. Yep. So it comes down to 4 primary things, right? Ultimately, how you prefer to behave and communicate with others, right? These are 4 personalities that we see, or 4 traits that we see in the world with the different people that we interact with. The first one, the pilot, they are focused and concerned about nothing else but getting the plane from where it is to its final destination. They love to be in control, and they're motivated by a good challenge. Next, you have the flight attendant, right? True people. They want to get you your drink. They want to interact. They want to smile. They get their energy from being around others and having a good time. That's your flight attendant. When you're sitting in that seat, you look out the window, then you see those people in the vest with the orange and the green, the grounds crews, right? Not necessarily talkative, or you can't hear them per se, but they make up a big piece of that flight experience. If you get off the plane and you can't get your bags, that's not a good look, right? They make sure the bags are on the plane. They're packing the beverage and even the snacks for the flight attendant to serve to all the passengers, literally the glue that keeps the operation running, right? Those people just want to make sure everything is under control, it has peace, it's functioning properly. And then lastly, you got people, air traffic controls, those that you don't even really hear from directly, but you always hear the pilot talking about them, saying, oh, we can't take off. Air traffic control said, hold on a second, give us a couple minutes. Now, these people, they care about making things in order, right? They want to make sure that we're following the rules. They care about rules. They're cautious, but also wanting to make sure things get done correctly. And there you have it, my friends. Pilot, flight attendant, grounds crew, air traffic control.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna let Maul kill the very first one. We normally me and Moose try to figure it out, but we got the person right here. So we're gonna have the top two, and then we're gonna show exactly who he is. So, Maul, what is the first one we can get rid of?
You can get rid of the grounds crew.
Oh, anybody who said ground crew, you are wrong. You are wrong. All right. Now, what is the second one we can get rid of?
The air traffic controller.
Look, and there's people still voting like air traffic controller. Nope, you're just wrong. You just got it wrong. You're just wrong. Yo. I understand why some people thought that. Moose, did you think he had some? Did you think?
For a second, I would have thought so because of the way he talks about seeing properties in terms of, the structure and how they're built.
Right.
You would think that takes some level of air traffic control, but it don't seem like it.
Hey, look, Troy's like, I told y'all. All right. All right. So aggressive all of a sudden. So aggressive. All right. Now we have to figure out what the last one is. So, Maul. What can we get rid of?
You can get rid of the airline stewardess.
Ah. What? Yes, people.
I wish I had a pair of sunglasses on. I'll put them on right now.
Yes, people. He is a pilot. He is a pilot, people. Yay. Moose, how you feeling?
Again, any of these things can go both ways, right? You would have been like, yo, the energy, the passion, like that's such a flight attendant. But no, pilot it is.
I do have a lot of flight attendant in me though. I do. Don't get it twisted.
No,
I do got a lot of flight attendant.
We do, but you yell at us a lot. You yell at us. I always joke at you. I'm like, yo, can you not yell at me in this virtual event that you just did? Can we not yell at
I try to turn the mic down. Carl always had me turn the mic all the way down.
Yeah, you still yelling at us. You still yelling. Moose, how you feel about this episode?
Fire. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Listen,
I'm having fun.
Hey, Mo, we gotta get you back one time for the one time. We gotta get you back. But look,
you already know it.
I do got a question. What's next?
As far as what?
As far as anything for the people to know. I don't, we have conversations, but for the people to know what's next for your brand, for Make Real Estate Real. What's next?
Well, we have something that's dropping pretty big for Make Real Estate Real. People, I can't disclose it 100% right now. I can't disclose it. I know.
People,
but
I was trying.
You know what though? I will come back on your show, and when we finish all of the paperwork and things like that, then I promise you I will give an exclusive on it, and I will bring it out on
y'all
this
heard
show.
that. Y'all heard that.
Oh,
y'all heard that.
This is the first.
Air horns.
Just got
but I will give another exclusive though. I will say something else that is out for the brand right now. Something that we're completing, and that's the book, the 9 to 5 Millionaire, the book. So nobody even know about it. Been working on it during the quarantine. So Whole 14. Hashtag Whole 14. I've been working on the book. We've been working on about 12 properties. We've been working on a whole bunch of stuff. So, just stay tuned.
If you are ready for this book, please put some book emojis. Say me. Put some praise hands. We want the book. I'm not gonna ask him for the release date. I'm not gonna do all that. But the book is coming. The book is coming.
It's coming. It's coming soon.
Listen. Maul, any final words for the people? Any final words?
I mean, first off, I had a great time on here. This was actually fun. Yeah, I had a great time. The sound effects are like second to none. Only thing that I would
we
expect
different.
coming from somebody like Nicky. So, but no, this is
Got
it's
him.
good.
Got him.
This is great. But if everybody that's listening, I mean, how they're breaking down the assessment is so needed. It tells you a lot about not only yourself, but the people that's connected to you, the people that you're connected with. My wife, she's she's a traffic controller, and she is a begs. What is it called? A begs crew, grounds crew,
Grounds crew.
a grounds crew. And so, as a pilot, and my second one would be airline stewardess. So we got all four right there. And I think that's why we work so well together. And I was just saying, we have a real partnership and we work well because she's not trying to fly the plane and she's not even trying to, she's not that big as a people person. So she's not trying to, be all smiley face with everybody. But she is making sure that we get to where we're going, as far as with making sure that I'm can lead the family. She's doing everything that she can do to make sure that I'm navigate the right way. And she also does everything to do to make sure that when that everything is taken care of with the kids, with the house, things like that. So as a pilot, I can fly the plane without worrying about anything else. So man, really listen to how Moose and Nicky breaking this thing. I mean, like I said, I love it, and they're doing it in such a way where it's informative, it's fun, it's exciting, and things like that. So, and then just like I was saying about my IG page, if you're looking to grow your IG page or all your social media presence, grow yourself first. Don't worry about, you can either grow the page. You can either grow the page and it can take you 5 to 10 years just to get to a certain point, or you can grow yourself. And then the second you get social media, your page will go faster and higher than people that had social media for the last 10 years. So I'm going to leave y'all with build yourself before you build yourself.